What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture and our weekly live podcast, Culture Catch Up, where we talk all of the biggest news coming from the week. So excited to invite all you guys in here. Let's have a good hour. Bring your questions. Let's have a good chat about the craziness that is going on in the movie world. Uncharted came out. Some crazy Doctor Strange updates for you, of course, which is one of the biggest topics we have, and I'm sure most of your questions will be about that, as well as, general excitement for Peacemaker finale, DC future movies, Marvel's shows coming out the rest of this year. We got tons and tons and tons of stuff to talk about, so bring those questions, and I hope you guys are all excited to be here. Epiphany, thank you for becoming a member, and guys, membership is available, as you just saw from Epiphany. Join the channel to get exclusive emotes, exclusive opportunities to chat with me, and of course, the emotes, which is the most fun part for sure. Let's see who's in the chat today. Dimitri, Nate, Vedic, Yeetmaster. Thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button, and let's have a exciting live stream. Let me go ahead and drop a link to the stream in Discord, because I know people sometimes don't get notifications, and then we could start answering some questions. Alrighty, let me find, there am I at? There I am, right there, that's me. So let's copy link. And pause this. Let me go to Discord real quick, guys. Here it is. Paste. Culture Catch Up has started. Get on in here and hit that like button at everyone. There we go. All right, sweet. Now we've done all the administrative stuff. Let's chat. What are you guys thinking? What's exciting for you guys all right now? There's so much going on. How you doing, Black Loki? Welcome to the stream. Guys, Patrick is not in the movie. He was just at home watching football. That is exactly true. That's exactly what he said, isn't it? So we're gonna watch the video here. I'm letting a few more people roll in, but we can go ahead and watch it once and then watch it again after, I presume. But yeah, absolutely. He's like, I was just at home watching football. Here it is. He sounds like my grandpa. He hit him with, I was at home watching football. How could it have been me? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I don't know how much confirmation we need to talk about, the new thing is now reading the cues of these celebrities. Because so many of these celebrities are, stuck. Like he even said at the beginning of the interview, you can't say anything, so I'm not going to ask, but, have you heard about this? Because they're all under these NDAs. They're not able to talk about what's going on. And I think that's pretty crazy. We hear, the extra we don't. You didn't hear me? All right, let me fix it for you. We'll play it again. I actually didn't see y'all's chats there either. I'm on one computer screen because my computer's broken, which has been just the worst. So my live streams have not been as good. Let's do this. Properties, desktop audio. Where's my headset? There we go. Okay, you should be able to hear it now. Let's try again. Yeah, no, it's actually been the worst. Yeah, I actually have a hard time reading the chat. I have a hard time doing a lot of things because my PC's broken, guys. So I'm trying to be Trying to make it work the best I can, so I do apologize if there's any issues like that. But we'll replay it. It's not a problem. There's no rush. Here we go. Play it again. You should be able to hear it now. Let me know if you're not. I will be able to read it this time.
Always wondered this because I've been following your work forever, and I don't know. I was wondering to know how much gets back to the actor. But on Sunday night, when the Super Bowl aired the spot for Doctor Strange 2, your name started trending because people were like, "Is that Patrick Stewart in Doctor Strange 2?" I'm not going to ask you if you're in this. I know you can't answer it, but I just wanted to know, like, does that get back to you? Do you know you're trending? Do you know people are like, "Hey, he's in this movie," or like, can you even say anything about it at all?
I don't look at a lot of social media, and that is mostly a time issue. But I must say, before bedtime on Sunday evening, I had plenty of communications from friends and some people I hardly knew at all, making reference to, is that you? Is that you? Well, of course, I was just at home waiting to watch football. So how could it possibly?
This is the greatest answer in the history of
answers. So we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Well, I hope so. Listen, this has been an honor. Thank you for your time today. I saw a lot of Star Trek films with my father growing up.
So, we can talk about this very plainly, about all of the different characters who are going to be showing up in Doctor Strange. And at this point, there are definitely going to be a lot of cameos. Which ones? Who is it going to be? How many are there going to be? How long are they going to be in the movie? We don't know the answers to all that. But I feel like for sure at this point, we can confirm for you guys, there will be some cameos. Nobody, just like with Spider-Man, just like with every movie, Ant-Man, when Paul Rudd was Ant-Man, he was like, nope, Bob, nobody's ever talked to me before about Ant-Man, They can't just sit there. And this is the fun thing, because we, and by we I mean Warren and I from the Cosmic Wonder, we get tons of comments in our sections. People saying, they said they're not going to do it. We went live, Warren and I, before we went to the red carpet event of Spider-Man No Way Home. Just like our final thoughts, our final predictions for the movie, and a ton of people in the live chat we're literally sitting there like, you guys are wrong. They said they're not in the movie. Like, obviously, they said they're not in the movie. Andrew Garfield can't sit there and be like, you know what, guys, you got me. You asked, so now I have to tell you I'm in the movie. Like, it's very obvious that they can't just say that. So it does crack me up when people are like, oh, but they said they're in the movie. So it's like, they're in the movie. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. They're not in the movie. Because they said they're not in the movie. So we've had this now with Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool and with Patrick Stewart here. And I'm going to say, honestly, the both of them just gave such blanket answers. Like, oh, it couldn't have been me. I was at home watching football. It wasn't me, obviously. How could it have been me? And then, of course, you have Ryan Reynolds, who was just recently in an interview. And he said, what did he say specifically? He's like, I could be lying, but I'm not in the movie, I promise. It's like, what? It's pretty crazy. What if it isn't Patrick Stewart? What if it's his voice, but a different variant, like an ancient one channeling his voice? That is a possibility. Obviously, anything is possible. I think at this stage, if you get any of Patrick Stewart, you get all of Patrick Stewart. That's what I think. Chris, do you think that the blue Doctor Strange we saw sitting in the Illuminati Center is our Strange or variant? I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, Vedic, I'm afraid. What if it is? I already read that one. I love how Marvel and DC were able to collaborate with Peacemaker crew, help film Uigi's screen test for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Marvel crew helped the Ezra Miller cameo for Peacemaker. Yeah, it was super cool to hear that story for sure. I butchered his name. I actually know it. It's just such a hard name to read and say. Oh, yeah, just at home watching football, guys. That's all that's happening. Nothing crazy here going on. How you doing, Colin? How you doing? Is Warren moving with you? No, Warren will be staying here. Warren actually bought a house here in Utah. So the house we're living in currently is Warren's house that he bought. As you can see behind me, we're moving. I'm already packing up a lot of my office and stuff. Got to look at the camera. It's hard. It's hard to do a lot of this stuff with the broken PC, but let me show you. I'll lift up the camera and show you my room's a mess. My office a mess because I'm packing. Here you go. You can see behind me. We already started packing up a lot of the stuff. A lot of the stuff that's usually in my display is gone. There's bubble tape, boxes. So we're trying to get rid of a lot of the stuff. We're starting to pack up. We're less than a month away from moving. and then I'll have a new office and a whole new, all of it. So definitely a crazy time right now. Whew. What do you think Wanda's first victim? Who do I think? I think she's gonna snap during the time that they're there with the Illuminati, right? Her first victim, I don't know exactly. So what I've heard from the plot leaks, she's gonna kill everybody in the Illuminati. Like if you're bringing Patrick Stewart back, you can't just get him killed immediately by the Scarlet Witch. Now, it is possible that Patrick Stewart's condition for coming back, because the reason he told everybody a year and a half ago when Kevin Feige had asked him to come back for the movie, he said, no, I've put Logan to bed. He's dead. He's done. In Logan, I put my character to bed. And Logan did too. They both died. Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, who both were approached by Kevin Feige. They've said, about a year and a half ago, he said, hey, we want you for this movie. And they both said, no, we finished the character. They died in our movie. We've put them to bed. It's done. So a possible condition for them to come back could be, we don't want to play those characters. We want to play variants. They could be like exactly similar, but we do not want to be these characters. So it's possible that if we do see Hugh Jackman, if we do see Patrick Stewart's characters, they will be completely different variants of them. So whereas with the Spider-Man characters, we've seen Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, different faces for the same character. We might see the same face for the same character here in this instant for these variants. So I don't know how much of that really, really matters. I heard that Wanda would kill the Earth 616 version of Mordo in the beginning of Multiverse of Madness. It's very possible if they're getting chased down, 616 version of Mordo, unofficial 616, I guess, because our Earth has never officially been the 616. He's technically still bad. I guess you could call him bad. The Mordo who's dealing with the Illuminati looks more like a good guy. He's probably the Sorcerer Supreme from his world. Do I think Wanda will go up against the Phoenix Force? I don't know that I expect the Phoenix Force to show up in this film, if I'm being honest with you guys. But we'll have to see. Hey Chris, how are you and Alley Cat doing? Got my tickets for The Batman. I'm so excited. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to be crazy, and I love it. Yeah, I'm super excited. We're doing well. Thank you for asking, Justine. Just kind of in the craziness of moving at the moment. Just a little crazy. We're moving to Florida. Jamie O'Neill for asking. Staying in Utah or another state. We're moving to Florida. Isn't the MCU Earth 199999 or something like that? I don't think it's actually been officially confirmed. They've hinted at it before. There was even a trailer for Far From Home, where I think Samuel L. Jackson was saying, he explained that we're in Earth 616, but that was never in the movie. So pretty weird stuff with all of that. They haven't actually ever officially confirmed. I did read a plot leak. And I received a plot leak not long ago that said that Earth was going to officially become Earth 616 in this movie. But I don't know. Do you think the hunger will inflict the main MCU and everyone will have to go to Earth 616? I don't know where they're headed with this. And that's the crazy thing about Multiverse of Madness. We've been sitting here for a while now talking about Multiverse of Madness pretty insane, like pretty religiously, pretty like, hey, this is what's going on, guys. These are the cameos. This is the plot leaks. This is what we've heard. One thing I haven't really gotten pieced together is the ending. I've heard close to nothing about how Multiverse of Madness ends. Does it end in an insane multiversal splitting and all of these worlds are open and portals are just open permanently? Does it end with Doctor Strange and Wanda ending up, getting a grip on the multiverse, putting everything back in order? Does it end with, a huge entrance for Kang, who's going to show that he's about to destroy everything, and then we're going to get Ant-Man and the Wasp and get some really, really good information? We don't really know, if I'm being completely honest. As somebody who has friends on the inside, has somebody who talks to people, who reads all the plot leaks just like you guys, we have no clue when or where or how this movie ends. Nobody seems to. And you can ask all of the people on YouTube, all of the people on the inside, the Twitter people, Daniel RPK, New Rockstars. I haven't heard from any of them oh, this is how the movie's gonna end, guys. It's just not been out there. I don't think we know. That's what I was saying. Yeah, Mysterio said 616, but he completely made that up. So I don't know if that was an Easter egg, planting seeds. I have no clue. Maybe Mysterio knew more than he let on. Maybe Mysterio was smart enough and he actually knew about the multiverse. Maybe he worked on a multiversal project for Iron Man. Who knows? What do you think has had more news? Multiverse of Madness or No Way Home? News? That's a decent question. As far as like what has had more leaks, definitely No Way Home. I pretty much knew the entire No Way Home movie before I went into it. By the time we got into No Way Home, like there were fun surprises, and I still had an absolute blast when new characters got on the screen. But I knew pretty much start to end how the movie ended and how it began, and that Andrew was going to be in it. Like I knew all of that stuff. I knew which villains were going to be in it. I even knew how they got there and how they got sent home. So all of that got released. All of that was leaked at some point. I know that Sony did a decent job of denying it till the very end. A lot of you guys had doubts about whether or not we were actually going to be getting any of that, or if Andrew were going to show up, but it was all out there. This movie has been a lot more under lock and key, and it wasn't until recently, just before the second trailer came out, we started getting a lot of cameo leaks and plot leaks and stuff. So I'm going to say that probably No Way Home had more leaks and stuff, and No Way Home probably had more hype and probably will have more hype, but I do personally believe that Doctor Strange will be, one, a crazier movie, and two, a more important movie for the groundwork for the future of the MCU. We're going to get so much information in this movie. You know, Doctor Strange says it in No Way Home. Like, the multiverse is something that we know frighteningly little about. We're about to learn a lot about how the multiverse works in the MCU. I'm hoping we're going to get some rules for how the multiverse works, kind of like we did with time travel during Endgame. So I'm interested to see all of that. How you doing, Good Fanatic? Was there a live stream yesterday, or is it just today? I was traveling yesterday, so it was not yesterday, just today. But if you guys are here at the stream, make sure to hit that like button for me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Last time we did a live stream was literally a week ago. We did our last live stream a week ago, and we hit 50,000 subscribers, so thank you for that. Snapped away. Go like this video with your elbow right now, or Doctor Strange will be delayed. Snapped away is the official hype man of this stream, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. How you doing, Snapped Up? You're doing well. Yeah, James McAvan joined the cast of Wolverine, and Keanu Reeves got Ghost Rider cast. Also, the movie replace of Patrick. This movie replace of Patrick Stewart. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get some pretty crazy stuff. Robert Downey Jr. should help with Ghost Rider. That'd be interesting. Okay, bye. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Oof, lots of crazy stuff though. Let's play this again for those of you who are just joining.
Always wondered this because I've been following your work forever, and I don't know. I always wanted to know how much gets back to the actor. But on Sunday night, when the Super Bowl aired the spot for Doctor Strange 2, your name started trending because people were like, "Is that Patrick Stewart in Doctor Strange 2?" I'm not going to ask you if you're in it. I know you can't answer it, but I just wanted to know, like, does that get back to you? Do you know you're trending? Do you know people are like, "Hey, he's in this movie," or like, can you even say anything about it at all?
I don't look at a lot of social media, and that is mostly a time issue. But I must say, before bedtime on Sunday evening, I had plenty of communications from friends and some people I hardly knew at all, making reference to, is that you? Is that you? Well, of course, you know. I was just at home waiting to watch football. So how could it possibly have been me? So we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Well, I hope so. Listen, this has been an honor. Thank you for your time today. I saw a lot of stars.
So there you go. Like that's as crazy as it gets. Somebody asked a question about, let me see if I can find it, because let's be honest, I have no clue if I'll be able to. Let's do Doctor Strange 8K. There's a photo out there that really will make you, yeah, here it is. All right, let's just talk about this for a second. This is the clearest image, and I'll even make it bigger. Let me make it bigger because I know I'm like massive right now, and who cares what I look like? Nobody cares about CMR. That's me, CMR. So take a look at this, guys. This is 100% the clearest image out there of Doctor Strange's secret character. Nobody knows who they are. It is very, very clearly a African-American male who has some type of headpiece on. I suppose there is a possibility it could be female, but I'm definitely leaning towards that. Looks like the face structure of a male. I'm pretty sure what we're seeing up here is hair. And this is a mask. These are glowing eyes that I don't believe have a mask on them. Now, it could be wrong because there's definitely like this little hook here and this hook around. But I think the eyes are glowing on their own. And I feel like this is some type of variant for some type of Marvel. It does look like it could be Jonathan Majors, right? 100% agree with that. Definitely not Tom Cruise. That we can all agree on, right? This is not Tom Cruise. Does anybody disagree with that? Because, you know, I feel like there should be no disagreeing that this is or isn't Tom Cruise. Oh, 100%, Black Loki. You're 100% right. I don't personally think this is Jonathan Majors. Somebody asked, and I think it does look like it could be. It's very hard to make out because even though this is the clearest and cleanest image we have of him, it's not that clear and clean. But like I said, it's definitely an African-American male from my perspective, and I definitely think it could be a variant of a Marvel, some type of Marvel. You personally think it's an Iron Man Black Panther? Tom Cruise variant? Take care. Thank you for stopping by. It could be a Kang variant as well. That's 100% a possibility. My understanding from the trailer and what we saw, is that this person is currently fighting with Wanda inside the Illuminati. So we have to figure out why somebody would want to fight with Wanda in the Illuminati. My best bet is she's fighting the Illuminati. So it's somebody who would be on the Illuminati, and I don't think Kang would be on that list. What do you make of the theory that our MCU, as we know it, has already been living in a post-House of M universe, and in the Multiverse of Madness it will be revealed? I don't think it'd be post. I think if anything we're headed towards it, or we'll get a piece of it in this film. I don't personally see them doing a full House of M thing. A lot of people have made that theory because there are no mutants, right? And the mutants are gone. And Wanda will undo that and something like that. Right? Because House of M is no more mutants. I would agree it does look like a superior Iron Man suit based off of this headpiece here, right? Based off the fact that we also know we're probably getting a superior Iron Man. That really pushes that agenda. But I don't know who it is. Do you think Maria Rambeau guess is wrong? A lot of people are saying that she'll be in the movie. I think she might be in the movie, and my initial thought was this was her, but I do think that this is a male. You guys think all right, so do you think this is a dude or do you think this is a woman? Right? That's really question one. Personally, I think that this is a male. Can it be a variant of Kang? 100%. A variant of Kang as Superior Iron Man? I think less likely. The House of M will add them? That's likely. That's a possibility. That's something they could do. Will Patrick Stewart be the main MCU Professor X in the future of the MCU? No, I do not believe that that is the case. Defa dude. All right, so everybody thinks that this is a guy. I originally thought that this was a female. I thought that the body had the shape of a female, but now that we have this clearer, cleaner face, definitely looks more like a dude. Next question is, pick a category. Everybody's trying to throw all these weird categories. Like it's an Iron Man Black Panther or it's a Kang Superior Iron Man. No, it's going to be one thing, right? So do you think that this is a Iron Man character? Do you think that this is a Marvel character? Do you think that this is a different character altogether? What are these powers that we're seeing here? I personally think they most resemble that of the Marvels. The blue hands, the same eyes, the same flares coming off, the colory sense. It's not fire. It's not Human Torch. I don't think that that's an option. What do you guys think when you look at this? Wow, that's Iron Man. I'll be honest, it really don't look like an Iron Man. Other than the headpiece, other than the one headpiece that resembles Superior Iron Man, this does not look like Iron Man at all. Iron Man never looked like this before. Could these be two? The two here specifically on the screen? No. I don't think they'll be too different. Marvel's cosmic energy. Right, so you guys seem to agree. It definitely seems like cosmic energy. It could be a Blue Marvel, 100%. It's an Iron Man symbiote. Maria Rambeau, Marvel's. Sean says, I feel like it would be a full helmet if it was an Iron Man. I agree. Although in the comics, Superior Iron Man usually does not wear a full helmet. He has one. He doesn't usually wear it. He usually wears a weird headpiece, which harnesses one of the Infinity Stones, and eventually Superior Iron Man has them all. Obviously, he's still just a human, and he can't hold the stones, so his suit holds them for him, which is why he has this weird headpiece here, which is where the confusion's really kind of coming up. Different characters altogether. I think that this is a trailer trick. I honestly, and that's the other thing to ask is, what are they hiding? You know, they've hid something in every single one. The Infinity Stones could create a very similar glow. That is 100% accurate. I don't know who it is, guys. It's Thanos. Very clearly, this is Thanos. They did say Iron Man's suit glows red when he gets mad in the comments. I think the same armor has been built by Iron Man Superior, but this is Monica Rambeau. Okay. So, I'm curious if... The only way that would make sense for me is if Superior Iron Man is on the Illuminati Council and he created suits for everybody. So, like, this is something I always wondered why he didn't do it in the in the Avengers, like in the original Avengers. And I guess the answer is because he was egotistical, didn't want to share his toys. But, like, why didn't Iron Man just make Captain America a suit? Or, you know, why didn't he just make any of them suits? Like, Hawkeye couldn't have had an Iron Man suit. Like, I feel like that would have been helpful. Like, Captain America's pretty great, but imagine Captain America in an Iron Man suit. Like, Captain America Iron Man. Captain Iron Man. So maybe this Iron Man has made suits for every member of the council, and this isn't an Iron Man at all. It is a Marvel and an Iron Man created suit. It isn't an exact replica of Iron Man's suit, but Iron Man created the suit. But I think it's definitely an interesting point. I'm just hoping that it's right there, Tom Cruise, Iron Man. I mean, I think a lot of people are hoping for Tom Cruise, Iron Man. A lot of people aren't. But we'll see. It could be a version of Iron Lad, 100%. I think it's Cosmic Culture Chris. Me? It's not me. This could have been thrown in to throw us off, like the Infinity War trailer with Hulk. Also 100% a possibility. He makes the suit for whoever to harness the power of Space Stone. The stones are definitely a part of it. I wonder, though, here's my thing. Other than maybe a quick Easter egg, I don't think we're going to really want to see the stones again. I think Marvel would try to avoid that. He made quantum suits. He said that's enough. Was that enough, though? I mean, nobody else could have made the quantum suits. Which actor will be playing the main MCU Professor X in the future of the MCU? We don't know. We don't even know how the mutants are going to be in the main MCU yet. He gave Spider-Man his own suit and his wife, so it doesn't make sense he didn't give it to the others. Well, that's the thing is, I don't think for the, in the entirety of the MCU, there's always the argument, like, who's the smartest of them all, right? Who's the smartest in the MCU? And there's definitely, like, some pretty high contenders. I'm pretty sure Reed Richards is probably number one, like, in the comics, right? He's not obviously in the MCU just yet. For the Avengers in the MCU, Iron Man has to be the smartest one. Tony Stark has to be like the smartest one there, the most capable, the most privileged, has the most money, has the most resources, the best ability and opportunity to create nice things, right? Why didn't he develop for everybody nice suits? He could have made Hawkeye a suit. He could have made, or he did make Spider-Man a suit because he loved him. He made his wife a suit because he loved her. The shield that Captain America uses was created by his dad. So obviously the Starks create awesome stuff. I feel like the Starks should have created everything for everybody. And there is a scene in there, you know, when it must have been Avengers Age of Ultron. And they're in the very beginning, they're doing a mission, and there's like the big question, like, who's in charge? It's kind of like foreshadowing to the Civil War. And Captain America's like in charge, and everybody listens to Captain America, and Iron Man was like, yeah, who would listen to me? You know, I only pay for everything, design everything, fund everything. Yeah, like I'm sure he was getting tired of doing that all of the time. Not that it was really an issue for him, I suppose, because let's be real, he's freaking Iron Man, he's rich as. But definitely was an interesting point that, you know, why didn't he make something for everybody? Well, you know, that's kind of his personality, I suppose. He doesn't necessarily want to do that.
I always wondered this because I've been following.
Dr. Doom is the smartest. You think? Wanda could always say, let there be mutants instead of no more mutants at the end of the film, and that's how we get mutants. That's true, but why would she do that? The way it would make the most sense for me is if, you know, her kids are mutants, right? They have mutant powers. The way that they come back to... The way that they are able to be there is if all mutants have to be there, you know? Like, it's the way to make your sons return is by making everybody mutants. If you make everybody mutants, then your sons can remain. So now there's like this mutant gene going around that she caused. And maybe she won't say like specifically, oh, everybody's mutants. But because she wants her sons to exist, and the creation of these sons of hers is what causes mutants to be created. That's 100% possible, yes. I would agree with that. Guys, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Hit that little I'm subscribed button now. If you've been subscribed for a while or you're new and you would like to become a member of the channel, you can join as well. Unlock some emotes, an easier chance for me to see you guys during comments or in different sections. We do some one-on-one chats as well. And thank you guys all so much for joining. Don't forget to like the video. Dr. Doom has done almost everything in Marvel. The man stole the power of Beyonders. No, Dr. Doom is a super awesome superhero. Super awesome hero. Absolutely. Or not hero. Did I say he was a hero? Super awesome villain. It was early. It was not early, but I'm tired. The pronoun for a mutant. Hey, Madison, how you doing? It'd probably be stupid, but what if she says it in a way like Thor said, bring me Thanos, but instead, bring me mutants? Well, I'm curious to see. Wanda is a very important character in this movie. I know it's a Doctor Strange film, but Wanda is probably like the most important character. She's going to do something crazy. She's going to go off the deep end. I hope that they reel her in by the end and she becomes, you know, her same self again. But she's super, super powerful. But we'll have to wait and see. Deadpool's going to be locked up in one of those cells since he messed with time. I did a whole video on that. Allie, are you Marvel Minute News? Allie is Marvel Minute News. That's 100% accurate. Chris, sir, how are you doing? I'm doing good, Movie World. I'm doing good. Just doing a little bit of our weekly podcast where we chatting up about everything that we doing. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody's doing well. He's both Chris, villain, and hero. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a good one. Do you think the screen where Wanda meets her variant is towards the end of the movie? No, I'm gonna say it's towards the middle. Chris, you are refusing that you are in a movie, so you are the werewolf. I'm the werewolf. I'll be the werewolf. That's okay. See, Andrew was saying he's not the werewolf. I'm saying I am the werewolf. How long do you have to wait for the upcoming live-action movie MCU Mutants? Because I have a good feeling that Kevin Feige just forgot about the upcoming live-action main MCU Mutants. I very, very highly doubt Kevin Feige forgot about the mutants. But you have to remember, this is an entire, I don't know what the right word is, race, breed, creation of humans. There's not like 6 mutants. There's thousands of them. They're everywhere. And, you know, Professor X has his little school for trying to control a lot of them. Like, this is an actual issue. If you go and look at, like, the Fox universe, everybody knows about mutants. And there are people with mutants, and there are training camps for some of them, and there are hospitals for some of them. So, I'm definitely going to say that the transition of mutants into the MCU is going to have to be a happening. Like, something's going to have to happen. Like, mutants haven't just been hiding this whole time. So where have they been? Well, they haven't existed. How are they going to exist? Something's going to happen in the Multiverse of Madness or in some type of multiverse movie, whether it's Quantumania, something somewhere that has manipulation of time and effect and cosmic power, something that can cause a lot of people to develop a X gene. Personally, I thought that the X gene could be developed by people who were blipped and then unblipped. And then some of those became carriers of X genes, and then their kids were capable of having mutants. So, you know, oh, where did this mutant gene come from? It's like, oh, it actually happened from the energy of the cosmics of the Infinity Stone snapping away people. And now the people who were blipped, humans who came back, some of them actually developed a mutated gene. We're calling it the X gene. And when those people with the X gene have kids with other people who have the X gene, there comes a mutant. That would be a cool way to do it. It would be a happening. It would make sense. It would be clean. After post-Endgame, all of a sudden there are mutants. Here's how it happened. An explanation like that is what we need. You can't just be like, hey, the X-Men have been in the background the whole time, ignoring everything. It doesn't work that way. Love from India. Thank you. What do you think about the Harry Potter theory that mutants are being hidden? I don't know what the Harry Potter theory... Oh, like in Harry Potter, how magic hides. I don't personally think it makes sense. I think it would be kind of lame. According to me, who is the best superhero director? Well, I think it's been proven to me. I don't know of all time who the best superhero director is right now, but I am so impressed with James Gunn. He took the Guardians of the Galaxy, who nobody cared about, and made them huge. Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the most unsuccessful comic book runs for Marvel, like, that had happened in a very long time. Nobody really knows or knew who they were. Nobody really cared about them. He took them and made them massive. Everybody loves the Guardians of the Galaxy. He then went over to DC and made the most successful show in the history of like comic book shows. Like, it was so good. The Peacemaker show was amazing. Like, absolutely perfect. And again, DC, nobody cares about DC right now. I talk about DC movies on my channel. People are like, I don't care about DC. Unsubscribe. Blah, blah, blah. Like, DC is a great company and they have great heroes, but their TV shows have been garbage. And Peacemaker is amazing. It has everything in it that you could possibly want. It has awesome cameos, has awesome references, great jokes. It's funny. James Gunn made that happen. This is a really crappy theory. I doubt it's true, but at the very end of the trailer, we saw a guy with the white, red armor and black armor with black arms go. I think that could be Null. I like the idea of Null. I just don't think it will be Null. Although there are rumors that Null will be in a Spider-Man movie. So if the X gene is created from the blip, and we know Jane Foster was blipped, could it be Jane has the X gene now? I mean, potentially, yeah. I mean, this isn't a theory. This isn't a leak. This was just a theory I came up with. If I was in charge of introducing the X-Men to the MCU, that's how I would have done it. I would have been like, oh, some of the people, not even every person that was blipped, some of the people who were blipped developed a gene, an X gene, or there was a dormant gene in those people, and it was triggered by being blipped. Something like that, an awakening. Chris, do you think Wanda will have a split personality? I was thinking that because she messed around with the Darkhold, the evil personality develops. I don't know if it'll be like a bipolar, like she switches in and out. I think she'll just kind of turn dark for a minute. She'll be kind of possessed by the power, and then she'll return. I think that would be a cool way to introduce mutants. Well, thanks, Madison. I appreciate it. Fred, how you doing today? Make Chris the next president of Marvel Studios. I don't know about that now. Unless the mutants are left in our universe after Doctor Strange 2, similar to how Venom symbiote in No Way Home. Yeah, that's 100% a way to do it. Personally, if you guys want my opinion, I think that using the multiverse as a scapegoat to bring things in and out are kind of lame. Like, I'm excited we have the Venom symbiote and all of that, but they could have done it in a different way. You know, oh, look, here are the X-Men. They came from the multiverse. Oh, look, here's Deadpool. He came from the multiverse. Like, I feel like that's a pretty lame way to do it. And I get it. It's a tool that they have, and they bought all of these characters, and they're trying to transition them over. But, like, there's a way to bring the Fantastic Four in without using the multiverse. Like, they've been there the whole time. They've been trapped in the quantum realm, right? We've talked about this on the channel. We had a video where we talked about this. Like, oh, back in the 60s, the Fantastic Four got trapped in the quantum realm. They developed their powers there. During Quantumania, Ant-Man's going to find them in that hidden secret city that was an Easter egg in the second Ant-Man movie. They're going to come out in the Fantastic Four. There you go. You didn't need the multiverse for that. Same with the X-Men gene. We were just talking about the blip. Triggers the gene, and now people who both have the X-mutant gene will have babies, and they'll be mutants, and that's how the mutants are now in the MCU post-Endgame. You know, you don't need the multiverse to do it. There are very creative ways to tell stories like this. The multiverse can have its own place, and it would be fun to see variants of characters and stuff like that they're doing. That's a lot of fun, and I hope that that's mostly the cameos we see are variants, not introductions. I hope all of these introductions and cameos that we're seeing of characters in this movie are not like, hey, there's Professor X, why don't you come to the MCU? I just hope we see variants of characters that we loved already. Are the Russo brothers directing the next Avengers film? I know they really want to direct the X-Men films. The Russo brothers, after Endgame, said the only thing that would bring them back for now would be Secret Wars. So if we get Battle World, not Secret Wars, Battle World series, then they'll come back. When will we get the upcoming MCU mutants in the future, 2025 or 2026? You know, I'm not sure. I'm hoping we get some kind of real references to it. I mean, we clearly will in Doctor Strange. If Professor X is there, we're going to hear about mutants. Will they make their way to the main timeline? I don't know. Oh, Kevin has a plan, Justine. You're 100% right. Zombie Strange is Defender Strange possessed by main Doctor Strange in astral form. I think it's going to be something like that. I don't think Zombie Strange is his own being. I think it's somebody. Either our Doctor Strange goes to a multiverse where everybody's zombies and becomes a zombie while they're in that universe, or something similar to that. Ryan is denying the fact that he is in the movie, but I think that Deadpool is going to make a cameo. What are your thoughts, sir? I think if he is in the movie, he's not allowed to tell us. I think him saying he wasn't in the movie was pretty half-hearted. He's like, I could be lying, but I'm not in the movie, I promise, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't believe it. At this point, there are so many. Out of all the cameos we've heard, Deadpool was the one that I was the most sure about. And Ryan Reynolds saying he's not in the movie is not really changing my mind. Kevin Feige was slick when he said that Endgame was the last Avengers movie. The semantics. Yeah, he then went back and was trying to explain it like, that's not what I meant. Like, it's not the last Avengers movie. We're going to be seeing more Avengers teams. It's going to be... He's talking about the tone. But we'll see. It looks like they're coming back since we were literally heading towards Secret Wars. Yeah, 100% headed towards Secret Wars. I hope that that's the case. So, almost like the Terrigen Mist from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that brought out the dormant Inhuman, which is how Daisy got her powers. That's how the X-Gene could work in a sense. I mean, essentially, not perfectly, because that's Inhumans, and that's a whole different story, and I don't personally think S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be part of the MCU. A lot of people arguing with me that it is. I don't think it will be. I think they're just kind of going to ignore that it ever happened and move on. But I do think something could interact and awaken some type of dormant gene, whether it is the blip or if it's a multiversal explosion or Wanda causes this cosmic power, this Scarlet Witch ability of hers to chaos magic to awaken genes. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what they do, but I hope that that's how they do it. Who do I think is in the movie that is not rumored yet? Oof, that's a hard question because pretty much everybody's rumored. It's nice to see Professor X look at the memories of Doctor Strange MCU. That would be interesting, yes. Can one of the members of the Illuminati be an Eternal? Potentially, but probably not. I mean, obviously, they could be anybody they want. Any of the members could be anybody powerful enough to figure out multiversal time travel. And obviously, the Eternals have that ability. I would presume that they have the ability to understand multiversal time travel. But I don't think any of the Eternals will be there, no. Will Chthun be the main villain in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness? I haven't heard that that's the case. It makes sense if you base it off the comics, how he uses the Darkhold to trap his being, and then he uses that to possess the people who use the Darkhold, which becomes Wanda, and then he uses Wanda's kids as collateral for him to become part of the world, and he escapes his realm of demon pen and super craziness. Yes. Have I heard anything about that actually, though? No. Will we see Ghost Rider in this film, and who would you play him? I've heard Nick Cage is coming back to play him. I've heard potentially we would be seeing a new Ghost Rider. Either way, I've heard that the introduction of this character would not be into the main MCU timeline. We would just be seeing a Ghost Rider. The House of M Uno Reverse rumor has me excited. We'll have to talk about it. I'll have to do a video on it because it sounds like a lot of people are excited about it. Will Marvel finally do a live-action Firestar? Potentially. I mean... That's the thing is, with this movie, it's all possible. My answer to everything is potentially. Will they? I don't know, but could they? 100%. They could do whatever they wanted at this point. Which MCU film do I want to be R-rated? You know, I don't need something to be rated R just for it to be rated R. There are plenty of PG-13 things out there that are racy enough for me to enjoy them. Like, they're still fun and they're good to go. I definitely enjoy the there are no rules aspect. That's what made Peacemaker so much fun. They said whatever they wanted. They did whatever they wanted. So definitely Deadpool would have to have that feeling. It doesn't need to be R-rated. I don't need 1,000 F words and you know, butts, penises, and boobs to make me happy about a film. Like, that's what makes things rated R, right? You say the F word twice, you're a rated R movie. But maybe it's just the feeling of not feeling like they're limited. Like, oh, they can't do this. They're superheroes. But, you know, that's what makes Deadpool and Peacemaker fun, is they do whatever they want. They don't really care. They have their motives, and their motives are enough to push their moral compass in the direction they need it to. So I don't know that I need it to be rated R. I just need that aspect. You know, Deadpool does what Deadpool needs to do for Deadpool. And every now and then he has moments where, you know, 3 or 4 moments is all it takes to be a hero. People think you wake up and brush your teeth a hero, eat breakfast a hero. But no. You know, like, cool. Give them their moments of being a hero and then let them do whatever they want otherwise. That's what I want to see. Jonathan, how you doing, man? Thanos is a deviant, technically. His family, his parents and his brothers in the comics are Eternals. And he is a deviant. For some reason, I don't buy the let there be mutants theory. Something doesn't feel right about it. I don't personally love it. I hope it's not the case. A lot of you guys sound excited about it, so I'll do some research into it and make a video. And I'll give my opinion on it in that video. Oh, the Aquaman interaction was fantastic. I hate that rumor. It's not a rumor. Shut up, Barry. I loved it. It was really cool that they got some of the Justice League in there, too. It's about radioactive. It's about spiders. We have webs. We have powers. But in the webs, we put the cover and we take what's ours. There you go. Yeah, he's a deviant. In the comic books, he's a deviant of the Eternals. Just don't see this movie ending without at least one cameo by a Kang variant. You know, it would be cool to see that. I'm not sure what their plans are for Kang. I don't know where the storylines start to cultivate and meet up. But I do know that, you know, that we're going to get to it eventually. Whether it's a post-credit scene or however it is, like, we're going to get to the point where we get that answer for sure. Guys, 93 people have liked. I need 7 people to like the video right now to get it to 100. Go. Somebody go. Somebody like this video and get it to 100, please. If they're crossing over characters like Captain Carter, do you think they're getting used to that concept so that the X-Men 97 is mutant history just to pick it up in live action? I don't know if X-Men 97 is going to be MCU canon. I'm curious how they're doing it. I've heard it's almost a shot-for-shot remake. I've heard it's going to have like the same feel but be different. So a lot of different things going around. I don't know how important X-Men 97 is to the MCU, though. What did you think that Peacemaker Justice League cameo? I loved it, but really wish they eventually shoe Henry Cavill Superman's face, especially because Henry Cavill has said he wants to return. Here's the deal, guys. Let me drop something real on you. Henry Cavill is not going to be playing Superman anymore. That's why we haven't seen his face. It does not, you know, what was it people are saying? Oh, Henry Cavill's really busy. Yeah, so is Jason Momoa. So is Ezra Miller. So, you know, all of these people are rarely busy. They are busy for a living. You know, they didn't show his face in Shazam because they don't know who the new Superman's going to be. They don't want it to be Henry Cavill. Warner Brothers does not like Snyder. They do not get along with Zack Snyder. After the Snyder Cut was released, a month later, Warner Brothers put out a whole letter saying, thank you so much, Zack Snyder. We appreciate everything you've done. Goodbye. Like, parting ways with him. The DCEU is dying with the Flash film. They're opening up the DC universe. We're going to get a new Superman. It's going to be either a woman, a person of color, or a completely different white person. We're getting a whole different Superman. You know, the greatest comic book character of all time, I put in quotes because I don't personally believe that, but a lot of people do, doesn't have an actor right now. And he showed up in a few different projects because you can't have the Justice League without Superman. Like, he's there flying in the air as a silhouette because it isn't Henry Cavill. It has nothing to do with, oh, where's Henry Cavill? He's too busy. It has nothing to do with him wanting to do it either. They don't want him because they're done with Snyder, right? They're trying to push into a different direction with DC. They need to start a whole different thing, and I think they're done with him. If you do an interview with Chris Hemsworth, I wonder if he'd say you look like him. Ah, that'd be fun to do. Like, hey, Chris, how you doing? And he'd be like, hey, you look like me. I highly doubt it. And I highly doubt I'll ever get to do an interview with Chris Hemsworth. But if I do, that would be really, really sweet. I love Chris Hemsworth. Deadpool is going to be rated R, right? And it won't be when he has other MCU projects. Isn't that what Kevin Feige said? Or is that taken out of context? My understanding is that Deadpool will be rated R and that it will be part of the MCU. That is my understanding. They will obviously have to clean up the character when he goes in any other film. You know, maybe if Doctor Strange uses one F word, it will be Deadpool saying it. You know, something like that. I don't know. Chris is the man because he keeps it 100% real. Thank you, Henry Cavill. It's just what it's true though, right? Like there's no reason to pretend like, oh no, we're going to get Man of Steel 2 or we're going to get a new Justice League movie with Henry Cavill. Like no, they're going to find a new Superman. They're done with that. Warner Brothers is done with that stage. Like DCEU failed. It is not a successful project. The culmination of all the, like they had really good movies, individual movies. Man of Steel was good, Aquaman was good, Wonder Woman was good, the Justice League was garbage. The connecting the dots, not even necessarily the movie, but the bits that are very important and hard to even define that make the MCU so great. You know, it's not, oh, Iron Man and Captain America were two movies that became one. It was, there were seeds in every single film and every single moment that connect and make sense later on. And that's something DC didn't have. And that's why in this Flash movie, they're opening up the DC multiverse, calling it the DC universe. We're going to get the DCU, and we're leaving the DCEU. It's gone. Humphrey, how you doing? Of course I remember you. Your name's Chris, and his name's Chris. You look like Thor because I know you are Thor, and he is Thor, your variants. How amazing would that be if I was a Chris Hemsworth variant? I want Henry Cavill to play Hyperion, so he can go from playing Superman to playing Marvel's Superman. I've heard pretty heavily that he will be playing Captain Britain, which is fine because he's from Jersey, which is part of Britain, and I'd be completely fine seeing that. Henry deserves better always. He didn't need the DCEU. He can come to the MCU. Absolutely, absolutely. Jamie, thank you for the emotes. Do you think Quicksilver will be back anytime in the MCU? Which Quicksilver? Because I don't think we'll be seeing Wanda's brother Quicksilver. We might be seeing a different Quicksilver, yes. Would it be crazy if Marvel Studios does Captain Britain movie with Henry Cavill as a character and Zack Snyder directing it? That would be sweet. That would be super cool. I don't know if that would happen, but that would be a lot of fun. Do you think Doctor Strange will win but be sent back to our universe only to warn everything of what's coming? That'd be cool. I'd be all right with that. That'd be a cool ending. This would be weird. I want to see live action Scooby-Doo meets Batman and Robin, even if it's just as short. That would be weird. You were completely right. How you doing, Sean? 100% agree. MCU should hire Henry Cavill. I hope so. I hope they do at some point. Christian Bale needs to come back as Batman in the Flash movie, just like Spider-Man No Way Home. They brought Toby and Andrew, but with the Flash movie, have Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. I don't believe Ben Affleck's coming back, and I don't believe he should do. I think his trilogy was great. I think their Batman story was super cool. It's outside. It's exclusive. Let it do its thing. And Oh, not Ben Affleck. I'm thinking Christian Bale. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, Christian Bale. Yeah, no, we don't need Christian Bale to come back. Thoughts on the upcoming Spider-Man game by Insomniac? I actually haven't seen it. What if Chris from Cosmic Culture played as Thor? That'd be sick, guys. Not gonna lie. Do you think Deadpool will have a cameo scene in Doctor Strange 2? I think he should. I think it is a perfect setup, and it is a perfect way to bring his character over to the MCU. He did some time travel manipulation, and I would even argue multiverse manipulation, because he didn't just time travel in his own time. He literally went and fought other versions of Deadpool. And he shot himself, Ryan Reynolds, in the back of the head playing Green Lantern. Like, if that's multiversal manipulation, I don't know what is. So I feel like that's good enough of a reason for Professor X to lock him up, hold him at the Illuminati place. Like, this guy is a nuisance. We don't know what to do with him. Hold him here for a bit. And then he gets out during the craziness of Doctor Strange 2. Follows Doctor Strange back to the main MCU timeline. That would be sweet. Wanda is way too powerful for Strange. It has to be X-Men, maybe the Phoenix. Yeah, well, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Do you think Icarus is dead for good? I hope he's not, because it's a waste of such a good character. There's no reason for him to die. You know, he had to die because we needed an antagonist. I do believe he's gone. I don't know how eternal death works. Obviously, he could come back. He can get fixed up by the Celestials. Who knows what the options are. I see the superior Ultron bots is going to be sick. Seeing the superior Ultron bots is going to be sick. Yeah, it was super cool just to see in the trailer. Will we see another version of Kang in the Multiverse of Madness? Possibly. Or, I mean, we're going to see lots of versions of Kang. My understanding is we're not going to see one. There's tons of them. We'll just have to wait and see how that all works out. I heard Tom Holland and Florence Pugh want to work together. I'm sure they do. That would be really fun. I don't know, after WandaVision, even Evan Peters was a Doctor Strange. I wouldn't believe it was Quicksilver. Yeah, it's Ralph Boner again. First time here, how do you feel of Black Bolt being a possible candidate in the Illuminati and the rumor of the same actor portraying him from the Inhumans TV show? I've heard Vin Diesel might be playing him, which I've heard a lot of people aren't too happy about, and I'd be completely fine. Like, the original Illuminati, Black Bolt's in it, representing the Inhumans. The multiverse isn't just about the MCU, right? There are no X-Men, but Professor X is clearly on the council representing X-Men. You know? I feel like it would make sense. But I feel like if they wanted to go a different route as well and use a different character that we were more familiar with, a variant of a character we knew maybe, somebody representing the Marvels in space or anything like that, I'd be completely fine with them going that direction too. Either way is fine. The chat loves the idea of you playing the Thor variant. Watch out, Chris. Yo, y'all at Kevin Feige. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not much of an actor myself. How many times did you watch No Way Home? A lot of times. A lot of times I watch No Way Home, and I will watch it a lot more times. Oh, and Michael Kim, thank you for joining the live stream. I hope you enjoy it. There could always be a new Icarus, but they're robots. Exactly. So they're like these super advanced organic robots. Clearly, we could have a new version of it. 100%. There could always be a new Icarus. I just read that. Chris, you are right. Kang is everywhere. He said, and I quote, if you kill me, you're not going to just have one Kang, but you're going to get an infinite amount of Kang the Conqueror. Yeah, 100%. 100%. He's everywhere. Phase 4 is basically a merger phase. In the movie, the Quantum Mania are both intended to bring the whole MCU together in one main universe. Yes, 100% agree with that as well.
Your work forever, and
I can see Chris playing a young Thor. For some reason, I can't really see him being a whole variant. I don't know why. Yeah, because I'm more like Chris Hemsworth, you know? That's how I do. All right, guys, we've reached our hour mark. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Go ahead and, if you haven't already, hit that like button, one. Subscribe, please, to the channel. Let's continue to grow and become the coolest YouTube channel in the world. Yeah, I've heard Spider-Man No Way Home is coming to digital and paid version the 1st of March or something like that. Also, throw out your last questions and we'll finish up. Do you think Nightmare is still involved? I feel like they've definitely hinted at Nightmare being involved enough for me to believe that he is, yes. The whole beginning of the trailer was, you know, oh, I wake up to nightmares and all this really dark tones. I do believe that we could be seeing Nightmare, yes. Am I 100% sure of it? No. But I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, and I would be completely fine if they did it. Vin Diesel playing Black Bolt. I need a second. I've only watched Spider-Man movie once, and that was when it first released in theater. Sadly, I was not at the red carpet place. I was at the red carpet place. It was super cool. Super, super cool. What's my most anticipated Disney show coming out? It's got to be Moon Knight. Moon Knight looks so cool. Moon Knight looks like an absolute blast. I'm super excited for that. Absolutely. Super, super excited for that. But all right, guys. I think we did it. Will Mephisto appear in Doctor Strange? I don't believe so, but you never really can tell. Guys, thank you so much for joining Cosmic Culture's weekly podcast, Culture Catch-Up. I hope you all had a really good time with it. Subscribe. Check out all my other socials and keep coming back to the videos. I'll chat with you guys in the comment section, and we'll talk with you next week